Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Vincent Van Gogh.
I'm Daniel Craig. I'm Office Bloke Daz still.
I thought you were...
I should have stuck to that really after that pause.
Yeah, we are the Office Blokes. We've got a couple of other YouTube channels. We like to talk about stuff. We like to try stuff. Patreon page, social media, all that good stuff. Brand spanking new merch. Link in the description will take you everywhere you need to go, and we do massively appreciate it.
Yeah.
I thought this one would be an interesting one. Planting 20 million trees will actually do. I didn't read that right.
Yeah, it will have it'd be interesting for us.
Go on.
I was watching someone on Dragon's Den the other day.
Yeah.
And he had an app that tried to get sponsorship for or investment for, and it was people buying trees and reducing their own carbon footprint on the app. Yeah. And you could buy a tree. Or more than one tree, or how many trees you buy, and he plants them for you. Not saying, but his company will plant them for you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was quite a good idea, but his idea was flawed, but it wasn't. But it was a good idea.
There's lots of incentives like this. The Woodland Trust, every time you buy one of their calendars, they plant a tree. And there's loads of things like that. Springwatch did a thing last year where they were raising money to plant trees. The Queen, of all people, is doing it. It's called the Commonwealth Canopy, and she wants it to stretch across the world's landmass. And it's every Commonwealth country is committing a certain amount of hectares of land.
I love planting shit.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but we save a lot. Well, we recycle a lot, don't we?
We recycle a lot.
Tons and tons.
How many trees a month do we save by recycling, on average?
Ooh, don't know. What do you reckon, about 100, 200?
I reckon it's close to 200.
Quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, in our normal jobs.
A lot of recycling. So, very green.
Office Blokes, green credentials. Anyway, planting 20 million trees will actually have this impact. Watch it be a negative impact.
Trees, growers of fruits, spices, and nuts, generators of shade, home to birds, squirrels, koalas, frontline soldiers in the fight against climate change? You bet. Today we're doing something a little different and talking about TeamTrees.org's mission of planting 20 million new trees by 2020, where every donation of $1 equals one tree. You might be asking yourself, what would planting 20 million new trees do for the planet? Let's take a look at just how huge an impact each donation on Team Trees will make. A wide variety of organisms from lichen to bees to possums call trees home, and just one single mature oak tree can be home to as many as 500 different species. The Earth is rapidly losing species. We're in the middle of a mass extinction, and without trees for them to call home, many more animals will be at risk for extinction. Many animals require trees as a place to live, to feed, and to provide protection, so planting just one tree is like building a house, feeder, and nursery all at once. Donating $20 to plant 20 trees is like building an entire animal city. Multiply that by 1 million and we're talking about a super metropolis of biodiverse animal life. Study after study shows that spending time in a grove of trees or forest can provide emotional rejuvenation. It can improve your mood, create a sense of peace while reducing stress, depression, and anger. The Japanese even have a word for this, Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. The effect of trees is not only emotional but
I heard someone mention forest bathing the other day on a podcast, and I honestly thought that they'd dragged like a paddling pool or a bath or something into a forest. And just plunged themselves,
Some Doris soaping up in the woodland.
I didn't think about getting clean, but I thought lying in water in a forest, because a lot of these like glamping pods and stuff you get now have got the they've got a little outdoor jacuzzi or something that's wood fired. And then I just went from there. But what an idiot.
physical. Studies have shown that being among trees reduces blood pressure as well as lessens stress-related hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. So basically, trees make you happy. Plenty of scientific research has shown that happier people commit less crimes, especially violent ones. We think a grove of even just a few trees would be pretty nice. 20 million new trees would mean potentially thousands of new groves, which means millions of people able to take regular forest baths, increasing happiness and reducing crime. You'd be a regular crime fighter all thanks to the trees you helped plant. Trees reduce air temperature through blocking sunlight and creating shade. Trees also help it cool by reflecting heat upwards from their leaves. Further cooling occurs when moisture evaporates from the surface of the leaves, just like the way your body cools down by sweating. Trees can cool down an area by a lot. And we're not talking just a couple of degrees. Urban neighborhoods with mature trees can be up to 11 degrees cooler in summer heat than neighborhoods without trees. Just think about the difference between a miserably hot 90-degree day and a warm, comfortable 79 degrees. Trees can also cool down buildings, limiting the need for air conditioning, which has the added benefit of helping to conserve energy. Studies have shown that shade from strategically planted trees can reduce the air conditioning costs of buildings by 20% to 30%. Just think, if an average home has a cooling power bill of around $100 per month in the summer, and if 10 trees were planted around that same house, then 30% could be saved. And that means 20 million trees planted around homes could save $60 million in energy costs. So if you can't donate to this particular cause, please consider planting a few trees around your house. Not only will they be a beautiful addition, but they might even save your future self some money on your power bill. Trees are ideal for use as sound barriers because they reduce sound in two ways. First, they absorb the sound, since thick branches and leaves are great at absorbing high-frequency noise. Secondly, trees deflect sound. When a sound hits a rigid material, it bounces back. When a sound hits flexible material such as branches, the material vibrates and the sound is transformed into other forms of energy. A thick row of trees can block as much as 15 decibels of sound. That's almost like wearing a pair of earplugs, but you have something beautiful to look at instead of uncomfortable foam in your ears. The root system of trees holds soil in place during heavy rainstorms, preventing erosion, flooding, and mudslides, keeping people and buildings safe. Trees improve water quality too, as their root systems help to filter impurities and retain water within the soil. This allows for water tables to be recharged, with less water ultimately ending up in sewers and diminishing the amount of stormwater carrying pollutants to the ocean. A single 100-foot-tall tree can take as much as 11,000 gallons of water out of the soil during its growing season, releasing the water as healthy oxygen and clean water vapor. That means 20 million trees could filter a staggering 220 billion gallons. That's enough to fill more than 300,000 Olympic swimming pools. Humans inhale oxygen and exhale.
It's madness, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what I think we should do? Yeah. My idea is, we fucked up the planet, right? The buffalo haven't fucked it up, or the ants or anything like that. It's the humans that have fucked it up.
Right. Absolutely, yeah.
Now, what we should do is every country should levy a tax every month of £1 to plant a new tree.
Could do.
So everybody has to pay £1 every month.
Yeah.
That's what it is. There's lots of arguments in there. There's like the Paris Accord, the climate accord, where there was things like that, and you were going to be taxed if you were above a certain cap of pollution and stuff. But people a lot of people think it's a way of squashing Western economies, and then Eastern countries like China that don't enter it can be uncapped and do as much as they want.
Yeah.
You know, so like from an economical perspective, it's not the best.
Well, you see that if you go to India or China, you see the pollution there, the air pollution is fucking ridiculous, off the charge. You can't even see certain things. You can only see about 50 metres in front of you.
Yeah, it's
like dense fog.
Yeah. I mean, there's some countries like India look at it a way of sort of stopping them from growing and sort of developing as well.
That's
putting all these
one of
caps
the
in,
arguments,
You know, the underdeveloped countries, you know, like maybe some African countries and, you know, in Asia.
Same as South America. You look at Brazil with the deforestation.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of it is, I want to farm that land because I want to make a living.
Yeah.
But there's trees in the way, and that's why a lot of people are flattening the rainforests. So it's
work round it. Brazil's a fucking huge country.
There needs to be
work round it.
Well, then we need to be subsidising rainforests to keep it there.
I mean, if they subsidise that without them having to cut they probably cut 20 million down a year anyway. Would it be better to subsidise those people over there and do something with their economy?
Yeah,
move them to Scotland. And Australia.
There's plenty of room in Australia, isn't there?
It's an interesting one though, isn't it? But
of course.
I think more so than that is people just take responsibility and plant some trees, or donate to someone that's going to plant some trees. It's more of a grassroots thing, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
But you know, than a government thing. I think this is people need to do this.
But I'd cover 20 people.
Hey?
I'd cover 20 people. You'd donate 20 quid, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Every month for you know, whatever.
Yeah.
That's 20 people you cover.
Well, like I said, the Woodland Trust do it. If you go on the website, you can donate and they will plant trees with the money you've donated.
Yeah, good idea.
Carbon dioxide. Trees do exactly the opposite by absorbing and storing carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, which produces and releases oxygen as a byproduct. excess carbon dioxide is building up in our atmosphere, strengthening the greenhouse effect and contributing to global warming. The more trees the Earth has, the more carbon dioxide is absorbed and mitigated. The amount of oxygen produced by a tree depends on several factors, including the species of tree, its health, and the ambient temperature. However, some typical calculations are that a single mature tree can absorb carbon dioxide at a rate of 48 pounds per year and release enough oxygen back into the atmosphere to support 2 humans. 1 acre of trees annually consumes the same amount of carbon dioxide equivalent to driving an average car for 26,000 miles. If we assume that an acre has roughly 300 trees, then 20 million new trees could consume the carbon dioxide equivalent of a new car driving over 1.7 billion miles annually. Last but not least, in addition to carbon dioxide, trees absorb other potentially harmful pollutants, such as sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide. The canopies of trees act as a physical filter, trapping particulates of dust, pollen, smoke, and smog. A single mature tree removes up to 2.2 pounds every year, which means 20 million could remove up to 44 million pounds. And that's not all. Studies have also shown that the dust level in the air can be as much as 75% lower on the sheltered side of a tree as compared to the windward side. No one, and we mean no one, likes dust in the air. So do yourself and your neighbors a favor and plant some trees or donate a few dollars to teamtrees.org and clean the air for yourself and generations to come. In July of 2019, a Swiss study stated that if we plant enough trees, we can stop or at least put a serious dent in climate change, which is why we're committed to helping TeamTrees.org's mission to plant 20 million new trees by 2020. The infographic show is getting involved, and you should too. Every donation of $1 equals a new tree planted. So become part of something huge with real benefits and show the world that the YouTube community can come together and do something incredible. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and be part of the movement to plant 20 million new trees.
I wonder if they did it. Because they're saying by 2020.
Wasn't it, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
That'd be really interesting to know that.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up there, won't we?
Yeah.
I'm all for it, mate.
Same.
It's got to be done, hasn't it, I suppose? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be done.
There's lots of little things we can do as people, to try and help climate change and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think the governments are ever going to be the solution.
I think more people are coming around to it now. I think over the last 10, 15 years, a lot of people have felt they've been sort of like, told what to do about global warming, and there's been a lot of skeptics about it as well, isn't there?
Big time.
But I think a lot more people are coming around to the idea that, listen, it is real. It's a real thing. Something has got to be done.
It's got to start somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Adversely, though, the planet is when humans have been around, the planet has never been greener as it is right now.
Really?
Yeah, because we're releasing so much carbon dioxide. It's what plants thrive on.
Yeah, of course.
So plant life is booming. Not necessarily trees, but all other types of plant life is.
But like I said, there's loads of factors to it, isn't it? It's not just planting trees, as like say the pollution and stuff in the first place.
Ecosystems as well. You can't just plant trees everywhere.
I think we're sort of getting there, like with the advent of electric vehicles now. They're coming bigger now, aren't they? Especially over here, they're getting a lot more of them about. But it's tip of the iceberg, I think, at the moment, isn't it? Again, excuse the pun.
Until you can drive to work and put your car on charge while you're at work, then I don't think it's viable. Unless you've got a driveway and you can charge it all night.
Yeah.
There's got to be one place like your phone where you can just plug it in, but it's nearby.
The good thing is they're working on technology all the time now, aren't they? Because they know it's going to be a big thing. So hopefully in a few years,
the one I see,
you'll be able to drive 400 or 500 miles on a charge.
Yeah, but the one I see, mate, is it's on the parking space, so you drive over the top of it and it charges your car.
Yeah,
just by
like you on the phones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I've heard. The latest technology.
I thought you just invented it. I was going to say.
No pattern on that for me.
Patented quick.
Yeah, they've talked about roads that do it as well, haven't they? The wireless charging, but built into road systems. But we can't even build a road without holes.
I suppose ideal place would be like supermarkets, wouldn't it? Everyone goes to a supermarket car park, I suppose, don't they? So
but Asda just here, how many electric charging points have they got in the car park?
Not sure about Asda.
I don't think I've seen any.
I don't
look for them, to be honest. I don't know.
I look for them. Car, so. Like McDonald's down there, there's 4 electric charging points in that car park.
They're not electric charging points.
There are 4.
They're not. I don't think they're electric charging points, mate.
I'm not talking about where you wait for your food to.
Yeah, because there's a new one where you go up and you press what you're ordering, and you wait in your car.
No, there's 4 electric charging points that are just further down.
Okay.
Definitely.
I only saw them yesterday, and that's what I thought. I thought, oh look, electric charging points at McDonald's, and I saw it was like click order here for, and I was like, they're not charging points.
Right. I've seen people use them. They definitely are. The ones further down I'm talking about, but that's 4 in a car park that has probably got 400 spaces, 500 spaces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's slow going, isn't it? But we'll have to get there.
Plant trees.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.